Good morning and a warm welcome to all the participants, our panelists, and the entire TSPL team. Thank you all for joining today, a very informative session, part of an exclusive Business Connect webinar, BizNext. The webinar series on the growth for SMEs, technology, and the beyond, and the technology is used by SMEs these days. It's my pleasure and honor to be a part of this session. I'm Dheeraj Vijayvargiya from Priyam Infosystems Private Limited and associated with Tally for last 20 years. Today, we will be covering topics to ensure seamless business operations. We'll be addressing some major pain points and assisting you, your quest for simplified business journey. With this, I would like to introduce our first speaker of the day, Dr. Ravi Modani. Dr. Modani is the founder and CEO of 121businessfinance.com, an RBI registered NBFC focused on short-term working capital business finance, decoding the biggest financial mistake of using short-term funds for the long-term and vice versa. Dr. Modani completed his doctorate in working capital management in way back 1996. He has managed companies in 5 countries and business in 32 countries. After remotely and successfully converting a sick unit in South Africa into a profitable story within 9 months, he found himself driven towards following his passion for finance, accounts, and link between them. Dr. Modani's training and accounting spread for the traditional system to modern technology, and his experience spread across the stock markets, financial management, compliances, and the financial structure, which have composedly given them tremendous insight into forensic financial control and audits. The third generation entrepreneur started his career as a part of his family business of the soaps and rope industry, moving on the successful established RSP Corporation in 1995. Dr. Modani's extensive 30 plus year experience and success in international businesses, his ability to deal with diverse culture, countries give him suitable exposure to create and manage new businesses with his keywords of system-based companies. He loves developing, designing, and managing FMIS, financial management and information system. Let's now hear from the subject matter expert himself. Over to Dr. Ravi Modani.
Namaskar, good morning. Thank you, Dheeraj for your very kind words and a detailed introduction. So friends, good morning. I'm Dr. Ravi Modani, as Dheeraj introduced to you. So I just want to share one thing. Where did it all start? ये चालू कहाँ से हुआ था? Before I start, maybe the language हम लोग जो use करेंगे, English mix चलेंगे. In any point of time, कभी आपको लगता है कि you want it to be defined into a particular language, please just put it on the chat. I'll translate that thing into either of the languages. So I'm a third generation entrepreneur. पढ़ाई करते थे, college में थे, and then the moment when I came into business, I realized the business is almost bankrupt. We had nothing left in the business, right? और वो रिलेशन जब हुआ तब मैंने उसका बैकग्राउंड चेक किया, रिसर्च किया, तो मालूम पड़ा वी हैड मेड अ मिस्टेक. हमारे शॉर्ट टर्म फंड्स को हमने लॉन्ग टर्म में यूज कर लिया. सो द फैमिली हैड पुट अ वेरी बिग प्लान, और उस प्लान के लिए हमने कोई स्ट्रक्चर फंडिंग या लोन लिए नहीं, बिकॉज अपन टिपिकल लोन के अगेंस्ट रहते हैं, एंड जब जरूरत पड़ी तो शॉर्ट टर्म फंड्स यूज करते गए, एंड देन द बिजनेस कोलैप्स. एंड दैट इज व्हाई माय जर्नी in 1991 started, in terms of understanding what goes wrong and why do businesses fail and why did we fail. And that is where I did my PhD into the same subject, doctorate on the working capital management. And जो मेरा subject था, it was the working capital management of tobacco cigarette industry, जो कि industry जहाँ बहुत पैसा होता है, people earn, cigarette industry we all know, इतना ज़्यादा cash rich companies हैं. So when there's a lot of cash, there are a lot of money coming up, we all tend to spoiled. हम गलतियां करते हैं हमारे पास. So money एक ऐसी चीज है, surplus भी बुरा है और deficit भी बुरा है. Just like अपन लोग कभी देखते नहीं, but I have come across a patient very recently जिनका hemoglobin 18 है. So it's like that, hemoglobin कम भी बुरा होता है और hemoglobin ज्यादा भी बुरा होता है. Similarly, any surplus money which is short term or long term, the money should be ideally adequate what you require. It should not be less or more. So the topic today is how to make your working capital work for you. So I'll just share some of the anecdotes, my experiences, tool and tricks, small जो हम लोग use करते हैं, and this is all meant for us. We means अपन लोग सब ऐसे MSMEs हैं, that is how we all structure our businesses, you know. And before that, so I've been using a lot of technology also, which I also shared during the course of the presentation. So first and foremost, my learning was don't use short-term funds for long-term use. That is the core. And as a human being, as an entrepreneur, as a manager and owner of the business, 99% times we make this mistake. We make this mistake. Why? Because we do a thing called जुगाड़. जुगाड़ मतलब हमें कोई परेशानी हुई, आज कोई तकलीफ आई हुई है, कस्टमर ने पेमेंट नहीं दिया, या we need to buy something, there's a target coming up, so we'll borrow money or use some money which is not meant for the working capital. जुगाड़ फैक्ट्री में, प्रोडक्शन में वहां काम आता है कि यार ठीक है, काम रुकना नहीं चाहिए, काम चलना चाहिए. लेकिन फाइनेंस के अंदर क्या हुआ कि काम चलने वाली थ्योरी लगा ली अपन ने, which is using a short term fund to a long term or a long term fund to short term. This is the single biggest reason. So why business? So the point is कि what makes businesses fail? Single point, mismanage of short term funds. I'll give another example also. अभी कोविड के अंदर कई लोगों ने बहुत पैसे कमाए, बहुत कमाए. अब सरप्लस आ गया तो व्हाट डू दे डोंट इवन नो व्हाट टू डू. देयर इज नो एक्सपेंशन, कोई काम नहीं आ रहा, तो शॉर्ट टर्म फंड्स को लोगों ने स्टॉक मार्केट में प्ले कर लिया, अगेन व्हिच इज अ बैड थिंग टू डू. इवन समटाइम देयर इज अ सरप्लस व्हिच इज कमिंग, डेफिसिट व्हिच इज कमिंग अप, तो वो लोग टर्म लोन लेके, व्हिच इज अ 7-year टर्म लोन, they use this fund for short term working capital. So anything which is short term fund means both surplus and deficit. The important point is that the working capital or the short term funds have to be ideally used. Now the point is, what is working capital, and कई बार question आता है कि हम कैसे करें, कि business में क्या क्या होता है. So working capital is something which cannot be standardized. It is different for different businesses. Every business has different thing. Every business has unique requirement. हर व्यापार का, हर structure का अलग requirement होता है. And the biggest problem is working capital is not visible in the balance sheet. Biggest problem. हमको balance sheet में भी नहीं दिखती और हमको सामने भी नहीं दिखती. It's a adrish. It's something which we can't see. Working capital is a hidden asset, and it is an art to manage it. Normally हमको physical assets दिखते हैं, inventory दिखती है, पर हमको working capital नहीं दिखती है. हम जब बोलते हैं कि हमको working capital की जरूरत है, so हम लोग typically मानते हैं कि हमको कैश की जरूरत है, हमको फंड चाहिए, लिक्विडिटी चाहिए, सप्लायर को पेमेंट देने के लिए, बायर को पेमेंट देने के लिए, जबकि ऐसा केस है नहीं. वर्किंग कैपिटल के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स क्या क्या है मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगा. सो सबसे पहले वर्किंग कैपिटल का एक रेशियो होता है जो हर बिजनेस में अलग चलता है. किसी बिजनेस के अंदर फिक्स एसेट ज्यादा होते हैं, किसी में वर्किंग कैपिटल ज्यादा होती है. सो आई जस्ट गिव यू अ ब्रीफ आइडिया. आई वोंट गो इनटू डीप डाइव, बट जस्ट टू गिव यू अ पर्सपेक्टिव. होटल इंडस्ट्री होती है, उसके अंदर वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट बहुत स्मॉल होती है. सॉरी, फिक्स एसेट्स लाइक 80 to 90% ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, वेदर इट्स अ होटल, हॉस्पिटल, रेस्टोरेंट. ऑन द कॉन्ट्री आप नीचे आएंगे स्केल के ऊपर, ट्रेडिंग इंडस्ट्री हो गई. ट्रेडिंग के अंदर 80 to 90% इज वर्किंग कैपिटल एंड 10 to 20% इज जस्ट अ फिक्स एसेट्स. So that's a broad idea. So I think हम सबको अपने अपने बिजनेस में आइडियली देखना चाहिए कि हम कहाँ पे स्टैंड करते हैं, हमारी रेशियो क्या होनी चाहिए. हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में है, हम ट्रेडिंग में है, हमारे फिक्स एसेट ज्यादा हैं, ये हमको देखना चाहिए. एंड दैट इज हाउ टू ऑप्टिमाइज दैट. बट द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इज you can't manage something which you can't measure. हम जब तक कोई चीज को मेजर नहीं कर पाएंगे, मैनेज कैसे करेंगे. सो हम लोग हमेशा वर्किंग कैपिटल के लिए बोलते हैं. एंड बाय द वे, मैं खुद आज भी एंटरप्रेन्योर हूँ, मैं आज भी बिजनेस करता हूँ. सो आई हैव द एग्जैक्ट सेम कनेक्ट. हमारे जो दुख दर्द है, हम सब लोग क्या हैं, हम सब लोग अपने आप में सीएफओ भी हैं, सीईओ भी हैं. हम मल्टीपल हैट्स वेयर करते हैं. हर मूवमेंट हमारा हैट चेंज होता रहता है. राइट, अभी मैं प्रोडक्शन देख रहा हूँ तो मैं प्रोडक्शन का हेड है, सॉरी, मैं मार्केटिंग कर रहा हूँ तो मार्केटिंग का हेड है. राइट. सो उस दौरान हम सब भूल जाते हैं कि हमको क्या मेजर करना है. और जब फायर फाइटिंग होती है, पैसे चाहिए, तो हम उसको वी गो फॉर द फायर फाइटिंग मोड की, अरे भाई पैसा लेके आओ, बैंक से बोरो करो, मनी मार्केट से बोरो करो, कहीं ना कहीं से शॉर्ट टर्म लो, फैमिली फ्रेंड से लो. राइट. सो important point is we should measure what to manage. Right. So now first thing is, हमको जब measure करनी है working capital, so we have to understand what is working capital. जैसे मैंने बताया कि कैश is not working capital. हम लोग बोलचाल की भाषा में सोचते हैं कि हमको वर्किंग कैपिटल चाहिए, तो हमको मालूम पड़ता है कि बैंक में बैलेंस चाहिए, हमको लिक्विडिटी चाहिए, which is not the case. So cash is not working capital. What is working capital is to be understood. वर्किंग कैपिटल अपन बैंक में जब लिमिट की अप्लाई करते हैं तो बैंक क्या करते हैं, डेटर्स लेते हैं, अपना स्टॉक लेते हैं, इन्वेंट्री लेते हैं, उसमें से अपने क्रेडिटर्स माइनस करते हैं, and then they come to a calculation of a working capital. So basically working capital means total current assets, which is the gross working capital. But हम जब net working capital की बात करते हैं तो वहाँ पर total gross assets minus current liability, which is the liabilities which you have to pay to the creditors, suppliers. Even we'll go ahead and see that during the part of the conversation. Even हमारी जो EMIs हैं वो भी part of the मतलब the part of that EMIs is also the the current liabilities, right? So that also constitutes the working capital, net working capital के अंदर आती है. What are current assets की जो constituents है मैं आपको बता दूं इसके अंदर. Current assets के अंदर we take inventory, raw material. एक important point है current assets के अंदर हम लोग जो debtors हैं वो 90 days से ऊपर नहीं consider करने चाहिए. बिकॉज हम लोग जो 90 डे के ऊपर की साइकिल है, मैं आपको आगे भी बताऊंगा कि 90 डे के ऊपर वो हमारा डेटर नहीं है, वो हम उसके फाइनेंसर बन गए हैं. सो 90 डे के ऊपर जो डेटर्स हैं दे शुड नॉट बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ करंट एसेट्स. ऑफ कोर्स कैश इन बैंक बैलेंस, शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस, दीस आर पार्ट ऑफ द करंट एसेट्स. नॉर्मली एज आई मेंशन्ड टू यू, लोन एंड एडवांस वी शुड नॉट काउंट एज आवर करंट एसेट्स. Debtors beyond 90 days we should not count our current asset because they are unreliable, they are unpredictable. कब आएंगे नहीं आएंगे, you know, so the planning becomes haywire. Similarly, what constitutes current liability is also very important. Current liabilities में creditors for goods, suppliers, services, expenses, outstanding payments, bills payable, even EMIs जो है हमारी है, हमारा जो interest payment है लोगों का, bank overdraft, CC limit, short-term loans. So all these should be a part of the current liabilities. जैसे धीरज जी ने स्टार्टिंग में बताया about the factory in South Africa, वो फैक्ट्री बिल्कुल सिक थी. उस फैक्ट्री के अंदर हमने क्या किया कि सिर्फ वर्किंग कैपिटल को मैनेज किया. We did not even infuse a single rupee. We just use all these. We use the creditors for our working capital. We use the bills payable. हमने लोगों से सप्लाई की क्रेडिट बढ़ाई, you know, and हमने सेल कैश में किया. So that started the working capital rotation for us. Actually, working capital is the lifeline of any business. जैसे हम लोग blood test करवाते हैं ना, जैसे blood is a lifeline for our body, right? Similarly, working capital is a lifeline of any business. तो first question आता है कि जब हम blood test कब करवाते हैं, किसी डायबिटीज होती है तो लोग कहते हैं कि महीने में एक बार करवाओ, और नॉर्मली हम कहते हैं कि आफ्टर सर्टेन एज तो हमको वर्किंग का ब्लड टेस्ट करवाता रहना चाहिए. Similarly, once you go to a small level or a medium level, हमको हमारा वर्किंग कैपिटल एनालिसिस जो है अंदरूनी वो रेगुलर करते रहना चाहिए. कैसे करना चाहिए, बहुत सिंपल टूल्स एंड ट्रिक्स हैं, एक दो मैं आपको बताऊंगा एंड के अंदर. बट अभी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट क्या है, आप जितना काम करोगे ना आपको उतनी वर्किंग कैपिटल चाहिए. द मोर यू वर्क द मोर वर्किंग कैपिटल यू नीड. जैसे हम लोग हम एथलीट होते हैं, हमको मतलब यू नो भागना पड़ता है तो हमको ऑक्सीजन ज़्यादा चाहिए होती है, हमको प्रोटीन्स एनर्जी ज़्यादा चाहिए होती है. सिमिलरली जैसे वर्किंग कैपिटल के अंदर हम जितनी मेहनत करते हैं बिजनेस के अंदर, जितना काम करते हैं उतना हमको वर्किंग कैपिटल चाहिए होती है. बट एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, लोग बीमार क्यों पड़ते हैं, क्योंकि वो ब्लड का एनालिसिस नहीं कराते, पीछे पीछे चलता रहता है, एंड वन फाइन डे पीपल कोलैप्स, राइट? सो सिमिलरली same thing happens in working capital as well. There's something in the background which eats your working capital. So what is silently eating into our working capital? You know what, क्या होता है, अपन जब मोबाइल के अंदर हमारा मोबाइल हैंग हो जाता है ना, तो हम लोग जाते हैं रिपेयर शॉप पे कि यार मेरा मोबाइल चल नहीं रहा, तो मालूम पड़ता है बैकग्राउंड के अंदर वो कोई ना कोई एप्स पड़ी हुई हैं. कई बार हमारी बैटरी ड्रेन होती है तो बैकग्राउंड के अंदर मालूम पड़ा कि देयर आर एप्स व्हिच इज ईटिंग द बैटरी आल्सो. एंड ऑफ द डे हमको मालूम पड़ता है कि डेटा हमारा खत्म हो गया मंथ के अंदर. So everything is happening in the background, right? और हमको लगता है हमारा फोन में मोबाइल में प्रॉब्लम आ गई, बट सिमिलरली हमको रियलाइज नहीं होता हमारी वर्किंग कैपिटल स्लोली ग्रेजुअली there are things which are being eating at the background. हमारी वर्किंग कैपिटल को साइलेंटली कुछ एक चीजें बैकग्राउंड में खर्च करती आती है. द बिगेस्ट थिंग इज द फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट. Whatever there is fixed, it eats into your working capital. whether it's a EMI, whether it's a rent, interest, salary, lease rentals, they all are silently eating into the working capital. And आप realize करोगे कि working capital नहीं है बोलने का जो issue है या जो तकलीफ है वो हम लोगों को MSME को ज्यादा होती है, corporates को नहीं होती. उसका reason बताऊंगा corporate अभी क्या करते हैं, how do they work out, which we also have to learn. So working capital, so how to manage working capital? So working capital, as I mentioned, is working hard and working smart are two different things. हम लोग मेहनत करते हैं, वर्किंग हार्ड बहुत करते हैं, पर हम लोग स्मार्टली वर्क नहीं करते इन टर्म्स ऑफ वर्किंग कैपिटल. मैं प्योरली बात कर रहा हूँ वर्किंग कैपिटल डोमेन को लेके. हम सब स्मार्टली बिजनेस में बात करते हैं, काम करते हैं. वी ऑल आर, यू ऑल आर वेरी established entrepreneurs, you know, but working smart in working capital is very important, and there are small tools and tricks which we can use it, you know, and to make it work. मैं quickly next few lines के अंदर I'll just come up with few ideas, smart ways to deal with the working capital. ये मेरे एक्सपीरियंस से अक्रॉस डोमेन, अक्रॉस इंडस्ट्रीज हैं. जो पसंद आए रख लीजिएगा, जो नहीं पसंद आए उनको थ्रो आउट कर दीजिएगा. बट दैट्स द एक्सपीरियंस आई एम शेयरिंग. वन थिंग इज, प्लीज डू नॉट बिकम द फाइनेंसर ऑफ योर कस्टमर. आपने अगर 90 दिन से ज्यादा का उसको उधार दे दिया तो आप उसके फाइनेंसर हो गए हैं. मेरा मिनरल्स का बिजनेस है, बहुत साल पहले कस्टमर था, उसने मुझे 90 डेज का पीओ दिया. इवेंचुअली ही वेंट टू 365 डेज फॉर द पेमेंट. मेरी इनवॉइस साइज वाज 15,000 रुपए. वी वर मेकिंग गुड मनी इनटू दैट. लेकिन हमने रियलाइज किया कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं, हम टर्म लोन ही दे दो ना, इससे तो हम उसको. इवेंचुअली हुआ भी वो, दैट कंपनी क्लोज्ड. अब मैंने लास्ट वेबिनार की थी, उसमें लोगों ने पूछा, पीपल यूज्ड टू सप्लाई टू एरियाज विद 9 months पेमेंट साइकिल. वो 9 month वाला पैसा आने वाला नहीं है. दैट्स अ डिफॉल्ट, दैट्स अ गॉन केस. वो तो आपने एंट्री बैरियर है कि वो 9 महीने की उधारी है, इसलिए दूसरा आदमी आ नहीं पाता है. सो प्लीज ट्रस्ट मी, अगर आपने 90 डेज से ऊपर का उधार दिया है, so that is like you have become the financer for your customer. It is gone. That money will not come back. Think like a corporate. This is very important. हमको सोचते हैं कि यार वो तो बड़ी कंपनी है, हम भी तो बड़ी कंपनी सोच सकते हैं. बड़ी कंपनी हमें कुछ फर्क नहीं है, सिर्फ सोच का फर्क है. मैं नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे बताऊंगा क्या सोच का फर्क है. What they do is, हम लोग हमेशा ना एक एमएसएमई को लगता है कि मेरी कॉस्ट बढ़नी नहीं चाहिए, मेरी ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट नहीं बढ़नी चाहिए. बड़ी कॉर्पोरेट्स क्या करते हैं, ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट में चिंता नहीं करते. यू नो, फॉर एग्जांपल, उनको दे रादर देन बाइंग अ कार, दे विल टेक अ कार ऑन लीज. रादर देन बाइंग अ ऑफिस, दे टेक अ ऑफिस ऑन लीज. आपने देखे बैंक्स कितने ऑफिस खरीदते हैं, बैंक्स हमेशा लीज पे लेते हैं. जितने कॉर्पोरेट्स है वेयर हाउसेस लीज पे लेते हैं. अभी इंडिया के अंदर पूरा वेयर हाउस का बूम आया हुआ है. वी अंडरस्टैंड दैट. क्या अमेजोन और ये लोग क्या प्रॉपर्टी बना नहीं सकते, क्या उनके पैसे की कमी है क्या? दे डोंट डू इट. दे डू नॉट गो फॉर अ फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट. वो हमेशा ट्रांजैक्शन बेस्ड कॉस्ट पे आते हैं. ऑल ट्रांजैक्शन बेस्ड कॉस्ट सेव्स वर्किंग कैपिटल. इट माइट लुक मोर एक्सपेंसिव बट इवेंचुअली इट सेव्स. जैसे मैंने पहले बताया आपको कि फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट विल ईट योर वर्किंग कैपिटल. दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट जो कि मैंने रियलाइज किया है. एक्सेस लिक्विडिटी इज रिस्की. हमारे एक बहुत क्रूडली है, मैं शायद, प्लीज डोंट माइंड माय वर्ड्स, हमारे यहाँ कहावत है कि अमीर बाप की बिगड़ी औलाद. सो माय पीएचडी जो मैंने की थी उस टाइम पे, when I saw corporates which were flush with funds, they do undiversified expansion, unrelated expansion, unknown expansion. We buy cars. We have seen happening ना. हम लोग ने पैसा किसी कंपनी ने कमाया, उसने रियल एस्टेट कर लिया, उसने एयरलाइन चालू कर ली, उसने कुछ चालू कर लिया. तो when you have excess liquidity which is risky, excess liquidity को कैसे यूज करना है? यूज द पावर ऑफ 1% पिगी बैंक. साउथ अफ्रीका के जब मैंने फैक्ट्री चलाई तो उसमें मैंने एक रूल बनाया था कि जो भी मेरा कलेक्शन आता है उसका 1% मैं किसी और अकाउंट में सेव करता था. सो स्लोली 1% लाइक अ टिप, चिल्लर चपाटी होता है, पर धीरे धीरे वो करते करते इतना बड़ा अमाउंट आता है. सो इट्स इजियर फॉर यू टू मैनेज योर EMIs, you manage your expansions. You know, this helps in doing an entire thing, right? No, say no to unrelated diversification. Please say yes to focus. Focus is the power. We have, ये हमने बहुत जगह पढ़ा भी होगा, वर्किंग कैपिटल के अलावा हर जगह पढ़ते हैं, अपन समझते हैं the power of focus. So we should be saying no to anything which is not connected to us. We should be doing a focus on the core business which we do, right? Another important point is, don't make heavy investments into fixed assets using working capital without infusing equity. कहने का मतलब वही है जो स्टार्टिंग में बात हुई, शॉर्ट टर्म फंड्स को लॉन्ग टर्म पे मत लगाइए। अगर एक्सपेंशन करना है तो या तो अपना सरप्लस फंड हुआ उससे आप एसेट्स लीजिए, अदरवाइज आप फ्रेश इक्विटी डालिए, आप कुछ अपने जो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं उनको लिक्विडेट कीजिए, बिकॉज यू आर डूइंग एक्सपेंशन, बिजनेस को लिक्विडिटी की जरूरत है। अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है डाइवर्जन ऑफ फंड्स। कई बार हमको लगता है गवर्नमेंट ने इंडिया में रूल्स बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट बनाए हैं कॉर्पोरेट्स के लिए, कंपनीज के लिए, इन टर्म्स ऑफ डीम डिविडेंड, रिंग फेंसिंग, बट वो हमारे लिए अच्छा है। हम लोग डाइवर्जन ऑफ फंड्स बहुत इजी होता है, जो प्रोप्राइटरशिप कंसर्न होती है, पार्टनरशिप होती है, पैसे की जरूरत पड़ी, घर में शादी है, ये है, हम डाइवर्ट कर लेते हैं। जब हम डाइवर्ट करते हैं पैसा तो वर्किंग कैपिटल से ही डाइवर्ट हुआ ना बिजनेस के, एंड जब उसको जरूरत पड़ती है तो इवेंचुअली दैट बिकम्स अ लोड ऑन द बिजनेस, हम उस टाइम बोरो करते हैं मार्केट से। कई बार हम लोग है ना ओवर ट्रेडिंग करते हैं टारगेट्स एंड डिस्काउंट्स को लेके। हमको कॉर्पोरेट्स और कंपनीज हमको बताता है कि आप इतना लेंगे तो आपको एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट मिलेगा, एक्स्ट्रा टारगेट मिलेगा, बट वी हैव टू एंड वी शुड बी डूइंग दैट, ये देखते हुए कि मेरी वर्किंग कैपिटल, मेरा कैश फ्लो कितना सपोर्ट करता है। अगर मेरा कैश फ्लो सपोर्ट नहीं करता तो वो टारगेट और डिस्काउंट इज यूजलेस फॉर अस, वो इवेंचुअली इट विल बी मोर एक्सपेंसिव फॉर अस डाउन द लेन। अनदर थिंग कनेक्टेड विद स्पेकुलेशन नहीं करना चाहिए, मतलब स्पेशली द प्रोडक्ट वेयर वी आर, हमको लगता है कि सो ट्रेड इज डिफरेंट एंड स्पेकुलेशन इज डिफरेंट, राइट? स्टॉक मार्केट के अंदर भी आप देखेंगे इन्वेस्टर्स आर डिफरेंट एंड ट्रेडर्स आर डिफरेंट एंड स्पेकुलेटर्स आर डिफरेंट, सो वी शुड नॉट बी डूइंग स्पेकुलेशन एंड मे बी अगर अपन मेटल का काम करते हैं तो जितना चाहिए उतना चाहिए, तेजी मदी क्यों खेलनी है उसके अंदर। एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है उधारी राम नकदी राम, एक थोड़ी सी लंबी स्टोरी है, बट आइडियली मेरा अभी भी सजेशन है, जैसे कॉर्पोरेट्स भी हैं हमेशा दे बाय ऑन क्रेडिट, वो कैश नहीं खरीदते, राइट? एंड आप देखेंगे ऊपर भी वर्किंग कैपिटल का जब मैंने स्ट्रक्चर बताया था, तो क्रेडिटर्स आर अ पार्ट ऑफ योर वर्किंग कैपिटल। सो हम हमेशा क्या कर सोचते हैं कि मैं कैश ले लूं, मेरे पास कैश सरप्लस है, आई मेक मनी ऑन द कैश। माय पर्सनल सजेशन इज कि व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग कैश टू बाय समथिंग, यू आर रिड्यूसिंग योर वर्किंग कैपिटल। अगर आपने कैश से माल खरीदा है तो आपकी वर्किंग कैपिटल कम हो गई है, सो यू शुड ऑलवेज बाय ऑन क्रेडिट। उधारी राम नकदी राम की स्टोरी बेसिकली ये दो भाई थे, बगल बगल में थे, एक भाई हमेशा उधार में खरीदता था 30 दिन की में 30 डेज में, एक भाई था हमेशा कैश में खरीदता था। कोविड आ गया, कोविड के अंदर कैसे क्राइसिस आ गए, सो समबडी वाज बाइंग ऑन अ 30 डे क्रेडिट, उसने 45 दिन 60 दिन की उधार क्रेडिट चालू कर दी, एंड सप्लायर्स खुशी खुशी थे, बोले यार 30 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ, 30 दिन में पैसा आता है, कोई बात नहीं, 60 में आएगा, कहीं नहीं आने वाला। और जो दूसरा भाई था नकदी राम, वो 30 साल से हमेशा नगद में खरीदता था, और जैसे ही उसने बोला क्राइसिस में मुझे उधार चाहिए, उसको बोलते लोगों ने बोला यार इसकी फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम है, फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन डाउन हो गई है लगता है, तो पीपल स्टॉप सप्लाइंग हिम, राइट, बिकॉज ही वाज नॉट गिविंग कैश। सो दिस इज अ बिग लर्निंग, वी शुड बिल्ड अप आवर क्रेडिट सिस्टम बेसिकली रादर देन कैश। क्रेडिट कार्ड की वैल्यू ज्यादा है, डेबिट कार्ड की वैल्यू कम है। Another point which is slightly not connected but I would still touch base on that is कि लोग कहते हैं कि डेट बुरा होता है, डेट या लोन कभी बुरे नहीं होते हैं as long as we can use it rightly, you know। हम लोग गलती जब होता है हम जब डेट को शॉर्ट टर्म लॉन्ग टर्म का मिसमैच कर लेते हैं। डेट फ्री शुड नॉट बी द एम, इफ वी आर इनटू बिजनेस देन वी शुड नॉट बी डेट फ्री। अगर हम डेट फ्री हैं देन वी आर नॉट इन बिजनेस। दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज पार्ट ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर, हम कैसे अपने आप को डिसिप्लिन लें बिजनेस के अंदर, ये डिसिप्लिन बहुत काम आता है हमको। हमको फाइनेंशियल कोचेस रखने चाहिए, मेंटर रखने चाहिए, हमको एडवाइजर्स नहीं रखने चाहिए। हमको एडवाइजर्स बहुत इजीली मिलते हैं, लेकिन एडवाइजर्स होते हैं वो एडवाइस देते हैं देन दे मेक मनी। जो कोच होते हैं वो, जैसे एक एथलीट का कोच जो होता है वो आपको कोच करता है कि किसकी एडवाइस लेनी चाहिए। नाउ द मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट पॉइंट, टेक इज द चीपेस्ट कमोडिटी अवेलेबल इन दिस यूज। हम टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज नहीं करते, हम लोग कहते हैं कि हम तो नॉन टेक कंपनी, हमको आईटी आती नहीं है। बाय द वे आप लोग जितने भी लोग जूम पे आए हुए हैं, जूम क्या है, एक टेक्नोलॉजी का नया वर्जन है। आज से 24 महीने पहले हमें किसी को नहीं मालूम था जूम क्या है, मेरे को भी नहीं मालूम था, मैं सबने जूम सीखा है। हम व्हाट्सएप को यूज करते हैं, मोबाइल ऐप को यूज करते हैं, इजंट दैट टेक्नोलॉजी। आज हम व्यापार करते हैं वो व्हाट्सएप के ऊपर, विच इज टेक्नोलॉजी, एंड देन वी से कि यार हम आईटी सेवी नहीं है, वी डोंट नीड टू बी आईटी सेवी। टेक्नोलॉजी इज अ कमोडिटी। आज की तारीख में सबसे सस्ता काम है टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करना, एंड द मोर द यूज इट मोर बेटर इट इज। अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज एक्सेल का यूज। सो मैंने बहुत जगह देखा है कि एक्सेल को लोग यूज करते हैं इवन फॉर थिंग लाइक कैश बुक को कैश बुक लोग बनाते हैं एक्सेल के ऊपर, विच इज अ डिजास्टर. एक्सेल इज फॉर डेटा एनालिसिस, इट इज नॉट फॉर कैप्चरिंग डेटा. मतलब मैं हमारे सारे ऑफिस के अंदर स्टैंडर्ड रूल कि आज भी कैश बुक तो हाथ से लिखनी चाहिए, या तो हाथ से लिखो, या जैसे मैकडॉनल्ड्स वगैरह के अंदर कैश रजिस्टर कैश मशीन होती हैं, या उससे रखो. सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि एक्सेल पे कैश बुक्स नहीं रखनी चाहिए, डेटा कैप्चर नहीं करना चाहिए. So using technology is good, but this is another important point. Now, what cash is the king. We should be, people work for turnover, people work for profits, but eventually what comes inside is the cash. हमने अगर 120 दिन 280 दिन की उधारी दे दी और टर्नओवर बना लिया और सोचा प्रॉफिट भी आ गया, पर वो कन्वर्ट प्रॉफिट में नहीं हुआ, तो वो कब जाएगा वो हमको मालूम ही नहीं पड़ेगा. Now, how do we test the working capital? So टेस्ट करने के लिए मैं आपको कुछ एक पॉइंट्स दूंगा, बट we'll share the slides after the presentation. लेकिन ना करंट रेशियो इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हम हर व्यापार के अंदर एक पैरामीटर होता है जो हम रोज पूछते हैं. भले वेकेशन पे गए, हम किसी शादी में भी गए हैं, तो ये तो पूछते हैं कि इसका क्या हुआ, भले वो डेली का प्रोडक्शन फिगर हो, डिस्पैच फिगर हो, वट एवर इट इज. विल जस्ट आस्क कि आज ये क्या हुआ, प्रोडक्शन कितना हुआ, डिस्पैच क्या हुई. बट व्हाई नॉट वर्किंग कैपिटल? हमारे लिए वो छोटा सा क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि वो क्या. हम ये पूछते हैं बैंक बैलेंस क्या है, हम ये नहीं पूछते कि वर्किंग कैपिटल क्या है, राइट. सो उसके लिए एक सिंपल सा काम है. करंट रेशियो इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी सिंपल, वेरी इजी टू मैनेज. करंट असेट्स अपॉन करंट लायबिलिटीज इज द करंट रेशियो, सिंपल. और एक सिंपल सा रूल दूं आपको, 2:1 का रेशियो है. अगर आपके करंट असेट्स विच इज स्टॉक, डेटर्स, बैंक बैलेंस एंड कैश डिवाइडेड बाय करंट लायबिलिटीज, अगर आपका 2:1 का रेशियो है, तो यू कैन नेवर गो रॉन्ग इन वर्किंग कैपिटल. इतना मैनेज कर लेंगे तो अपन रोज का एक फिगर ले लेंगे अकाउंटेंट से, दैट विल सॉल्व द पर्पस. एंड बाय द वे, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली, Tally has got some very good features to manage all these ratios. All these ratios are available in Tally. Tally के अंदर आप अगर go to search पे जाएंगे, वहां से आपको ratio analysis मिल जाएगा, and you can see all the ratios from there itself. The only point is, if the data which is going inside the Tally is reliable, then the ratio will be absolutely reliable. आपको work करने की जरूरत भी नहीं. Now, so we have seen the problem with working capital. We have seen the how to manage working capital. But at the same time, and another thing which comes up is कि alternate sources of working capital क्या क्या हो सकते हैं. So that is a very important point कि alternate sources क्या क्या हो सकते हैं typical bank finance के अलावा working capital के. So दो तरह की working capital financing होती है, एक ad hoc होती है, एक transaction financing होती है. Ad hoc मतलब हम लोगों ने जैसे typical पुराना system of working था कि जहाँ पे हम लोग बैंक को बोलते थे हमको सीसी लिमिट चाहिए, हमको कैश क्रेडिट लिमिट चाहिए, मुझे वर्किंग कैपिटल लिमिट चाहिए. लेकिन जब मैं दुनिया में इतनी जगह देखा, वहां पे most of the countries do not have a CC limit structure. कैश क्रेडिट जो वर्किंग कैपिटल लिमिट होती नहीं है, उनका ट्रांजैक्शन में फाइनेंसिंग होती है या उनका टर्म लोन्स होते हैं. एंड इंडिया में जितने जो बड़े लोन्स डिबैकल हुए हैं, वेदर इट्स एसआर, वीडियोकॉन, जितने भी अपन बातें करते हैं, ये लोन्स में टर्म लोन्स इतने डिबैकल नहीं हो जितना रेशियो वर्किंग कैपिटल का है. इनफैक्ट आरबीआई हैज मेड सम रेगुलेशन आल्सो कि नाउ बियॉन्ड अ पर्टिकुलर साइज ऑफ द बिजनेस आपको सीसी लिमिट पूरी नहीं मिलेगी. वर्किंग कैपिटल की लिमिट पार्टली सीसी मिलेगी एंड पार्टली एज अ टर्म लोन मिलेगी, कि अगेन लाइक अ ट्रांजैक्शन बेस्ड थिंग. सो ऑल्टरनेट सोर्स के अंदर क्या क्या होता है, सप्लायर्स क्रेडिट, जैसे मैंने बताया कि उधारी राम का फायदा है. सेलिंग ऑन कैश, सेल ऑन कैश, सीडी भी देखे कैश में यूज करना फायदेमंद है. मैंने एक प्रोडक्ट हाईलाइट किया, फैक्टरिंग, विच इज अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट एंड दिस इज बिकमिंग पॉपुलर इन इंडिया नाउ, दिस सोनिंग ग्रेजुअली. वर्ल्ड में इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोडक्ट, सो आई विल टच on this alternate way of funding as well. Discounting the invoices and just in time inventory, which is means कि आप inventory ज़्यादा रखो मत, कम inventory रखो. Don't make a big time inventory for stock, because जितनी inventory रखेंगे उतनी आपकी cost बढ़ती आएगी. So by the way, I just want to add here also कि मैं जो कोई question answers हैं at the end of the presentation, I'll take those slide question answers on the chat as well. So invoice discounting, I know, I think everybody knows. Factoring will touch later on also with a detail on that. Another thing is buy now pay later. कई जगह ये नया प्रोडक्ट आया, बाय नाउ पे लेटर. अगर व्यापारी लोग जो हैं उनको मल्टीपल सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंसेस मिल रखे हैं, इवन 1-to-1 भी ये प्रोडक्ट करती है, उसके अलावा भी कुछ लोग और भी करते हैं कि बाय नाउ पे लेटर. सो आपने खरीदा आज और 30 दिन 45 दिन तक आपने इंटरेस्ट पे करके फाइनेंस दिया. some of the companies are also offering channel finance, vendor finance. जो आपके सप्लायर्स हैं वो आपको चैनल फाइनेंस और वेंडर फाइनेंस भी देते हैं, उसके अंदर आपको क्रेडिट मिल जाती है. सो अगेन दैट्स an alternate source of working capital because sometimes the supplier wants you to make the payment in cash. So now I'll just come up on factoring, which is an alternate and a new product. Factoring is basically a credit card for B2B businesses. हम लोगों ने अभी तक क्रेडिट कार्ड यूज किया है कि when we as a consumer we use a credit card, हमको 45, 50, 52 days की क्रेडिट मिलती है, and the seller bears the cost of the discount, right? Now this is a factoring the product wherein the seller bears the discount as a B2B business and buyer gets the free credit period. Let's say for example 30 दिन की buyer को free credit मिलती है, right? और buyer को अर्ली पेमेंट देने पे भी डिस्काउंट मिलता है. उसने 30 दिन के पहले उसका कैश फ्लो अच्छा आ गया, उसने पैसा दे दिया, he will get some discount from the financier. And now like what we are offering and most of the people will come up, these are all mobile app based products. जो factoring का basic advantage क्या है, you can do this product across the country. अभी क्या है, hypothetical एक पॉइंट लेके चलूं मैं आपको कि आप समझो नाथद्वारा के अंदर हैं and you want to sell a product to Kannur. You don't know the customer, you don't want to take a risk, वो उधार देगा, पैसा आएगा नहीं आएगा. फैक्टरिंग के अंदर जो फैक्टरिंग कंपनीज होती हैं वो आपकी क्रेडिट रिस्क को कवर कर लेती हैं, तो आपको वो रिस्क नहीं रहती कि बैड डेट्स रहेंगे नहीं रहेंगे. रिस्क ऑफ बैड डेट्स आर कवर्ड. कन्वेंशनल बैंक से हम जब सीसी लिमिट लेते हैं, बैंक आपको सीसी लिमिट देता है अगेंस्ट सिक्योरिटी. बैंक इज नॉट बॉदर्ड कि आपके बैड डेट्स कवर्ड हैं, डूबे या नहीं, जो है डूबे आपके हैं. फैक्टरिंग के अंदर क्या होता है कि रिस्क ऑफ बैड डेट्स आर कवर्ड बाय द फाइनेंसर. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बायर में डिसिप्लिन आता है, आपको लिक्विडिटी मिल जाती है, hassle free receivables आते हैं, and then of course the most important point is you are not paying a ad hoc cost. आप ट्रांजैक्शन बेस्ड कॉस्ट पे ही पे कर रहे हो. बैंक की सीसी लिमिट आपने अगर ले ली तो जितने लिमिट ले ली, जितना यूज कर रहे हो, फुल टाइम यू आर पेइंग इंटरेस्ट ऑन दैट. यहाँ अगर आपने 2,25,629 या 2,25,000 रुपीज की इनवॉइस डिस्काउंट करवाया या फैक्टर करवाया, so you just pay the interest or the selling cost for that particular invoice for that period. You don't pay it for the entire year. So transaction cost में आपको लगता है कि 1.5% might be 18%, but you are paying it for 30 days, right? Which is nothing, छोटा सा amount है. So this is something very important. So we should always use alternate ways of financing for working capital. Supplier finance is a good point. Bank finance is a fixed cost, so we should look for transaction financing, whatever we can do it. So next point it comes is key technology. In God we trust, rest all is data. हम लोग को गूगल पे ज्यादा विश्वास है, हम भगवान पे विश्वास कम करते हैं. सिमिलरली हमको भगवान पे विश्वास रखना चाहिए, बाकी हमको डेटा पे विश्वास रखना चाहिए. बाकी and how do we do data? Technology is your only partner in growth. Data can be only managed by technology. पहले कंप्यूटर्स आए थे, फिर टैली आया, then mobile came in, the internet came in, then cloud, ERP, and now Zoom. And today all of us जो हम आज बात कर रहे हैं, probably while we speak and while we are seeing, हम एक दूसरे को देख रहे हैं, हम इस सब का यूज कर रहे हैं, मोबाइल का यूज कर रहे हैं, हम इंटरनेट का यूज कर रहे हैं, क्लाउड का यूज कर रहे हैं, हम जूम का यूज कर रहे हैं. सो हम कोई भी किसी भी लेवल का बिजनेस हो, हम बिना टेक्नोलॉजी के यूज नहीं कर सकते, हम नहीं रह सकते. So technology is the only way to manage that. So when I come to, this is the last of the thing, but I'll just want to leave you with a thought once again, how to make your working capital work for you. One simple answer: don't use short-term funds for long-term use. Please manage short-term funds for short-term रखिए, long-term को long-term रखिए, उनका source भी अलग रखिए, उनका use भी अलग रखिए. That's the easiest way to make sure that your working capital is used judiciously, rightly for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hearing me out. Over to you, Dheeraj ji.
Thank you so much, Ravi ji. There's a lot of insight and insightful information. Factoring की बात करें या don't become financer of your customer and various other aspects. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable input on working capital management. And I'm sure the audience would have got the very insightful information. Thank you, Ravi ji. Now, I would like to introduce our second speaker of the day, Mr. Pugal T. Mr. Pugal T has 37 years of wide-ranging experience in the field of accounts, finance, statutory, and training. Mr. Pugal T has conducted over 300 GST domain sessions for various stakeholders like chartered accountants, tax practitioners, Tally partner ecosystem, customers varying from trading SMEs to manufacturing businesses. Mr. Pugalti has also conducted faculty development program for colleges, college professors and faculties across India. Mr. Pugalti has handled audit function over 10 years, covering the spectrum of businesses in trading, manufacturing, hospitality, professional services, etc., etc. Mr. Pugalti has conducted over 150 ICAI chapter events on Tally statutory model and audit tool. Now, I would like to request Mr. Pugalti to take up the business event next further and cover his valuable input. Over to Mr. Pugalti.
Thank you, Dheeraj. Good morning, everybody. And first, our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Ravi Mudani for giving us such a wonderful insight on how to manage the working capital, which is the lifeline of business, or you can call that as bloodline of business. So let me take in a different way. So Dr. Ji ने बताया थे कि कैसा करना है, क्या करना है, sorry, डॉक्टर जी ने बताया कि क्या करना है. So I will go one step and tell you that how to use. See, Dr. Ji also had stressed on the point of using the technology. So using the technology, how can you manage? Maybe not everything what Sirji had suggested, but then maximum thing that you can handle is what I will be covering in my session. So let me start with a very, very nice quote by a famous author, Robin Sharma, where he says, there are three kinds of people. One who makes things happen, one who see things happen, and the one who wonders what happened. So our wish and our prayers are that all of you present here should be falling under the first category, so that you can make your things happen and see better days ahead. I have a small presentation. Let me just share my presentation. So we will see working capital and how cash flow plays a very important role in managing your working capital. So yes, we know that working capital is current asset minus current liability. But so Sir had very neatly mentioned about what constitutes current assets and what are the areas that you need to concentrate from your current asset point of view and from your current liability point of view. But Dr. Ji ने बताया थे कि health checkup. So we have one thing. So Sir had also mentioned that there is one report in Tally, which is basically going to give you everything what current ratio, quick ratio. See, the most important thing, one is that on a daily basis, how do you check up your health of your organization, especially from a working capital point of view? One is that, yes, what is the working capital that you have, which you can, have the leeway to, start investing and then start playing in your organization. The next thing is very important, that how well you are able to turn over your working capital. So the larger the number, so in fact in this example it says 0.36%. So iska matlab hai ki I am not effectively using my working capital in my business operation. Okay, so this is one very important aspect of it. And the second important aspect of it, how long you are holding inventory. And all of us know that the more number of days that we hold inventory in our organization, that much of my working capital is going to get blocked. So what is your inventory turnover? How well you are able to turn over your stock so that you can increase your revenue and also make sure that you have always you are on the healthier side or on the positive side of the working capital. So yes, managing finance is, yes, money saved is money earned. It's a very old adage which all of us know. तो दो चीज करना है हमको. एक तो मनी सेव करना है. अगर हमको मनी सेव नहीं कर पाएंगे तो you have to control our cost, all the costs in the organization. So how are we going to use this? So the 3 C's to take control of your working capital is, number one, manage your cash flow. So what techniques we can use? How using a technology? So I represent Tally Solutions. So basically, I'm sure many of you present here would be using Tally. So the question here is, are you using Tally to the fullest extent? Are you extracting the power of Tally for your organization so that you are on top of your, especially the working capital, today being the subject. So how well are you equipped? Number two is the cutting cost. What measures you can take? What are the things that you can do in your organization for cutting cost? Okay. And yes, very important thing is that choosing the right technology so that you are well informed. The information that you're getting will allow you to quickly analyze and allow you to take an informed decision. So yes, very, very important that adoption. The future is the adoption of technology. Technology is not just to survive, but to thrive. So, and I think, what is the technology? If you are using Tally as a technology, what is the technology that, I mean, how you can leverage these features so that, you are, in a better position to manage your working capital. See, there are many features in Tally. So one very important feature is that, this basically covers, it's, sir had mentioned that, managing your working capital is art. It is like a art. So, and then, and the other very nice statement is that rather than working hard, you have to work smart. Right. So you have a technology with you. How smart can you use this technology and make the technology work for you to manage the working capital? So very simple, a very simple feature that Tally has is the bill-wise detail, where you have receivable and payable management, where you can set up the default credit period. And very well said that, any credit to your customer, you are giving more than 90 days. It is actually you are financing them their working capital. Right. So again, the easiest way for you to have a credit policy, again, sir had mentioned that very simple. If you are getting 30 days credit from your vendor, you make sure that you are giving credit of 20 or 25 days so that really your money is not flowing out of your organization. So depending on different things. So this is how technology is going to help you. You can set up a default credit period for your customers depending on the type of credit that you would like to extend. The other one is that, okay, you have set up the credit period and you are invoicing the customer, but then when you are invoicing, when you're doing the next invoice or when you are fulfilling the next order to your customer, do you know that what is the amount of money that is already overdue, which means any money which is not paid within the credit period is an overdue amount. So you can also quickly set up in the master saying that, okay, whenever I am now going to bill this particular customer, as I am invoicing, you just give me a warning saying that how many bills are overdue, so that I can instantaneously take a decision and then see whether I need to go ahead with my invoicing or what. See, this is the information that you get so that you can now decide whether you need to check up with the customer and find out about what is his commitment about the old dues. And, so many things you can do so that, you are aware of things that are happening, right away. The next one is basically you can also specify a credit limit. Okay. So that way the system is going to now take control of the credit that you are going to give to your customer. So let's say that there are you have a credit. Let's say you have decided that, okay, this customer A, you would want to give a credit limit up to 10 lakh rupees. So now you keep invoicing, there is outstanding. So the next time when you are invoicing, and if the outstanding is to the extent of credit limit, or if it is slightly lesser, and when you are doing a fresh invoice, if the value of that particular invoice is going to exceed the credit limit, Tally is not just going to warn you, but it is going to stop you. That means Tally is not going to allow you to complete the invoice unless you decide to go and then modify the credit limit or increase the credit limit. So these are the ways that how you can make technology work for you to manage your receivable and payable management. And also, just in case you have received post-dated check from your customer, in that case, I mean, the system should not stop you saying that, okay, look, there is an outstanding, you have not received money, but then you cannot do the billing. So you can also configure in such a way that you can configure in the system saying that, hey, look, in case if customer is paid me any post-dated check, and if I start recording that in the system, you consider that as money received and allow me to the extent of money received to the credit limit value, and then allow me to do the invoicing. This is a very simple thing. How do we do this in Tally, right? So you can do this for sundry debtors, and very important is that you should also build the discipline or bring the discipline of managing the payable also. That is also very, very important aspect. Okay, so you can do this for your customers, your customer ledgers. You can do this for your supplier ledgers also. So how do we do this quickly? So once you enable this information, you can say that, okay, you are going to give so many number of credit days. So it is going to now automatically pick up the credit days, and it is going to give you a report where it is going to say at any point in time what is the amount of due that is available through the report through a click of a button. The next one is that you can set up a credit limit to the customer, right? So the moment you set up a credit limit here, so Tally will ensure that your billing is not going to exceed the outstanding amount equivalent to the credit limit that you have specified. And when you're doing the invoice, like the moment you said, give me an alert if there are any bills due from the customer, if it is overdue. So as you are invoicing, you will see that there is a warning which Tally, based on the configuration, Tally is going to tell you, hey, look, there is one bill outstanding which is overdue. Now this is where you can take an informed decision of the next course of action that you would want to do. And when I'm trying to bill a particular customer, and if this value of bill is exceeding, including my outstanding, if it is exceeding my credit limit, Tally is going to stop, and it will not allow you to pass, go ahead with this invoicing activity, right? So this is the next control that Tally brings in. And apart from considering the bill waste, see, generally the perception is that okay, Tally ka bill waste jo hai wo apna trader ke liye it becomes much useful for me to manage my trade receivables and trade payables. In fact, I'm sure that many of you would be using this feature in Tally, but nevertheless, I just want to highlight saying that आप लोग अपना non-trading account का भी bill wise कर सकते हैं, and then you can actually leverage this feature, and then you can tweak it to your business needs. So example is that once you enable non-trading thing, आपका जो loans और installments जो होते हैं, हर महीने के जो commitment होते हैं, payable पर commitment, even though your long-term loan is not part of your current liability, but then the every month EMI that you have a commitment is an important aspect which is as part of your current liability. So इधर अगर आप loan लेते हैं, तो you can now set up, the moment you take a loan in Tally, you can say if you have a 12-month repayment period, you can set up 12-month repayment period, so that every month now when you go to the report, Tally is going to say as on today what is your payable. Okay, so this is where you can use this. And also a simple thing is that when in your organization, let us say you have a facility for providing advances or loan to your employee, the general tendency is that if I'm giving 3 types of loan to my employee, I'm going to create 3 different ledgers. And you have 50 employees, and if you are giving 3 types of loan to your employee, unnecessarily you are going to create 150 ledgers in your organization. You don't have to do that. Leverage the bill wise detail of non-trading, और एक ही लेडजर के अंदर आप जितने भी लोन वो लेते हैं, हर लोन का हर महीने का रीपेमेंट भी आप लोग ट्रैक कर सकते हैं यूजिंग द non-trading bill wise detail in Tally. The very most important thing, sir, I mean, basically see, anything, I think it's a very nice information that it's an eye-opening information that Dr. Modani had mentioned, that any credit beyond 90 days is your financing, right? And any money, right? Fine. So you have given credit and you're not received the money. See, one big thing that many organizations ignore is the hidden cost, okay, which is because I don't know what is the loss or what is the amount of cost that is hitting my bottom line. Okay, so basically, are you tracking your return on investment? Right. So Tally has a beautiful feature where you can just enable interest calculation. Maybe you might not be charging interest to your customer, but then do you know that how much of money you are losing by way of interest? You would have borrowed money from the bank for your working capital. You pay interest to the banker, but then you are giving interest-free loan to your customer. But at least you should have an inkling of how much money I'm losing. So this is what is one of the very critical aspect of your hidden cost. How do you track the hidden cost? Right? So you have a beautiful feature in Tally called interest calculation, and it only does a calculation, and then it is giving you the information of interest. You are earning or you are losing. Earning in case of not paying your vendors on time, and losing in case of not receiving money from your customers. Okay, so you just enable this and it is going to give you a report. So what is the report? It goes to give you one-time configuration. You have to do it in the master, and every time you are doing the billing to the customer, Tally is going to take care of the interest that you're losing. So this is one report where by click of a button, you're going to get a report in Tally, which basically it is going to tell you that, hey, look, this is the outstanding, and all the interest that is calculated is over and above the credit period that you have provided to the customer. And you will notice that one particular party, which is that Subhash Dealers, which is there in the screen, 1635.07, it is saying there is an interest loss. Actually, this is the interest loss. Even though there is no amount pending, what system Tally will do is, you have given 30 days credit period to a customer, and the customer is, let's say he's paid in 40 days. So that means extra 10 days, it was overdue. Tally is also going to calculate interest on that additional 10 days, which is not paid as per the due date, and it is going to give you the information of, so out of 7,97,000 that is outstanding from your customer, your bottom line is hit by 16,228. And by doing all this, what is the most important thing? By doing all this, you can predict your future cash flow projections. One, you are managing bill-wise detail for your trade account. You are managing bill-wise detail for all your non-trading account of your monthly commitments, receivable or payable or payable. So all this information, once you are going to do this, then this is what basically with proper bill-wise management, okay, you can instantaneously get your cash projections. One is you have your cash flow statement. Yes, cash flow statement is as of now what has happened, but then you can go further and then see how does your cash flow projections look for the rest of the month during your financial year. So you can, and the other thing is that, yes, I have taken care of all my trading and non-trading, but what happens to my other commitments, my monthly commitments, which are there, my expenses that I have, basically these are my recurring expenses or my recurring income. There is a provision in Tally where you can pass these as an optional entry. I mean, basically as an optional entry, you can pass them, and you can incorporate those future commitments, which are your monthly commitments and your monthly receivables. And by click of a button, you can now see your cash flow projections. So isme basically it is going to consider all your monies receivable, all your monies payable, plus it also is going to consider all your projections of your upcoming expenses and income that you are going to capture. The moment I click here, you will see this. These are my projection. This means basically these are my future projection expenses, which I've actually not incurred, but it is getting into account, and it is giving me the exact cash flow position for my future months. It's going to give me exact cash flow projections for my future months. Okay. The next very important thing is cost cutting aspect of it, right? So one is your expenses part of it. Again, the inventory part of it is where you can basically use the technology for cost cutting. So what are the things that you can do? So important thing, I mean, all of us know, longer the inventory you hold, you are blocking your working capital. So how do you make your working capital work for you? The other aspect is the managing of your inventory, right? So do you know what are the items which are fast moving, slow moving, non-moving, so that you can take a right decision to optimize your inventory, right? And you are dealing in multiple products. Which product is giving you better margin? Right, so you can quickly see this information. See, all this information, the data is going to help you to take an informed decision. Or you have made an invoice, okay, multiple items you have sold in that particular invoice, and you would want to know, did you really make profit out of this invoice? What is the amount of profit that you have made in this invoice? Can I see this information? Yes, you can see this information, and you don't need to do any additional configuration for getting all this information. And most important thing is, do you know what is your committed supply? Right? Because today, I mean, like, if we are not able to keep up to the commitment, I'm going to lose my customer. So how do you have control over all your commitments or your supplies, right? So again, Tally has a beautiful feature where you have this purchase order and sales order management. So you know exactly as on today to which customer what item you are supposed to supply. And also, by enabling purchase order, you would also know what item have you ordered and which of the item is going to come today, and what are the items which are overdue, which is not being supplied as per your due date. All this information you can see that. And not only that, in fact, you can set up your reorder level, you can set up your minimum order level, so that Tally is going to tell you exactly what is the quantity of the stock that you need to place an order for a particular item. How does this help? It helps me to manage just in time stock. So this is how, basically one area that I'm also going to control my receivable and payable, which helps me in my cash flow. And this is very important aspect, which is going to help me in optimizing my inventory by reducing my holding cost, so that it improves my working capital available with me. Okay. So quickly here, so if you see here, I come to my stock summary, and very simple, you have a button on the right hand side which says show me profit. You click on that, Tally is going to tell you each item, what is your cost, what is the rate at which you are selling, and what is the GP you have made, what is the percentage of GP that you have made. So that way you know which item is giving you much profit, so that you can have your business decisions to make whatever is the call that you want to do, so that you can have better profit of those items. The next one is that you have made a sales. Okay, so you have made a sales for a particular month. Now you want to know, in each sale, did you really make a profit out of that? Again, you click on a right hand side button, you say show profit. Now this is going to tell you multiple item which has got different GP, but in this particular invoice, whatever you have sold, it is going to tell you whether you have really made profit out of this invoice, or what is the percentage of profit that you have made out of this invoice. Now this is where, once you set up the reorder level, so Tally is now going to consider the whole your stock position, and it is also going to tell you how much of material that you need to order. What is that it is going to do? So it will tell you what is your closing stock. It is going to consider what are the purchase orders that are pending, what is your sale order that is due, and it is going to tell you what is the net available stock with you. So based on that, okay, it is also going to consider what is your reorder level that you have specified for each stock item, and it is going to tell you what is the shortfall. And depending on if you have set up the minimum order level, so it is going to see what is the least, what is the maximum of your shortfall or the minimum order level, and it is going to tell you this is the quantity that you need to place order. So this way you can manage your inventory better, which will actually bump up your working capital management to a better state. Now, quickly to summarize, again, so sir also had said, make your working capital work for you using your technology that you are already using, leverage the technology. So awake, arise, and let's all act and see that we make our working capital smile and bring a lot of smiles to all of you. Thank you very much.
Wow, what an insightful session today with both Google sir and Ravi sir. I think there are a lot of takeaways for SMEs, and there are a lot of content as far as the practical ground is concerned, and the technology as far as Tally is concerned. So there are a few questions, and there, Ravi sir.
Sir, you
I have
muted.
questions, and most welcome to, come up with more questions. Please go ahead.
So there's few questions there. So one question is rent a transaction cost or a fixed cost? This for you, Ravi sir.
हाँ, तो मैंने आंसर भी किया. So basically it's a fantastic question. मतलब the transaction, it is basically a fixed cost, but it depends कि आप business की किस stage पे क्यों ले रहे हो. For example, अगर अपन banks की बात करें, बैंक की जब branch खुलती है, तो this cannot be considered a fixed cost. क्योंकि बैंक ने branch खोली है इसलिए वो rent पे लिया है, right? So it's a customer centric cost which is not a fixed cost. So that becomes a transaction cost. कि उसने एक ब्रांच खोली, 5 आदमी बैठाए, 10 आदमी बैठाए, so that's a transaction cost. However, having said that, if the corporate office of a bank, they take an entire building on lease, that's a fixed cost. So it all depends the kind of rental which you are paying. But yes, ideally it's a transaction cost. I would not consider it to be a fixed cost.
Okay. The another question is, kindly explain a little more about speculation in working capital.
So speculation, मैंने जैसे mention भी किया, क्या होता है कि lot of products which are commodities or metal, people think we all are human beings. हम सब profit के लिए काम करते हैं. और हमको जब profit ज़्यादा की इच्छा होती है, वो target scheme whatever आप बात कर रहे हैं, तो हम लोग we go out of the way to buy a product, stuff like that. So for example, मतलब while we were talking, somebody just called me up by the real case कि यार 1 तारीख से prices बढ़ रही है, so I want to buy some product. Can you finance me for a short-term working capital? Right? So उसका प्रोडक्ट में तो क्या है कि ही इज टेकिंग एडवांटेज. इट्स अ रियल केस. जब मैं ऑफलाइन था फोन आया, इट्स अ रियल केस, बट उसमें क्या है कि देयर इज नो रिस्क. इट्स अ स्टैंडर्ड प्रोडक्ट. हैविंग सेड दैट, अगर वही काम कोई मेटल होता, कॉपर होता या कोई और चीज होती जहाँ पे स्पेकुलेशन इन्वॉल्वड है, वहां पे आप भी ट्रेडिंग करता, दैट्स बिकम रिस्की. सो वो अपनी वर्किंग कैपिटल को रिस्की में यूज नहीं करना चाहिए. अगर मैंने एग्जांपल भी दिया, ज्वेलर की अगर बात करें, वो गोल्ड को रोज देखा, कल गोल्ड बढ़ेगा, आज कम होगा, तो अगर वो उसके लिए खरीद बेचना चालू कर देगा, so will collapse. So for the trading there should not be speculation. Trading and so एक income tax में word है, adventure in nature of trade. So when you are doing trade, do a trade, don't do adventure. So speculation is like an adventure in terms of doing a trade.
Great. So next question is from Mayur Nandu. I am a supplier, then I will have to give credit. So what to do?
So मैं कह रहा हूँ कि if you are trying to sell a product only based on credit, then we are not worth it. We should be having a quality service, whatever the things are. Credit should be a last icing on the cake. If there's a deal breaker, then there's a credit. But now there are options, there are multiple options for the customer to take a credit. Buy now, pay later, factoring से बताया आपको मैं. If the customer is honest, genuine, उसको credit चाहिए और supplier can't give a credit, so there are multiple ways to give him a credit also, and the supplier to take a cash also. And again, the important point is credit and finance में फर्क है. वो 30 दिन की मांग रहा है तो it's a credit. वो 120 दिन की मांग रहा है तो finance है. वो आपसे लोन ले रहा है.
Correct.
So that's an important thing to differentiate.
Great. The next question is, can factoring be used for exports and overseas parties as well?
Yes, factoring can be used for that. It is a very important product and we have been using it as well. Factoring में दो part. Factoring is a combination of two parts, funds and risk. So especially when you're doing an export business, you also get funds and you are also covering the risk. So factoring is a product which people have not used rightly in India, but it is a best way to go forward, especially for the MSMEs. Again, transaction cost heavy लगती है, इसलिए लोग use नहीं करते, लेकिन मेरी fixed cost नहीं है, right? It's an easier way to do business, being safe, supplying to people who are unknown.
Okay. So next is an actually question, but it's not a question. It's a compliment to all of us. And Mr. Raman is saying it's a very good presentation. One request, if you can send a recorded presentation so that same can be presented to all our staff members at convenient time. So Mr. Raman, just to tell you, the same webinar content will be uploaded on YouTube. So you can anytime you can use that, and we'll be informing you as well. Next question is from Mr. Deepak. Can I get profit analysis for parties in Tally software? Yeah, this question is for you, Pugal sir.
Yeah. Profit analysis in the sense, basically you will know from the sales, but then, you don't have a cost associated there. So whatever sales that you have done to that particular customer, what you do is there is an option where you can just filter only the sales and then go and look for the profit that you have done. So that is where you're going to get the profit analysis for any given customer.
Okay. So I think no more questions. I think audience has really enjoyed the session. So I would like to wind up the session and thank you so much, Google sir, Mr. Ravi sir, for all your valuable input. I would like to thank once again to the entire audience to join this insightful session. And with this note, we are ending today's session. Have a great day. Have a healthy and prosperous new year. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dheerajji.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you,
Dheerajji.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All the best to you and have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you very much.